It was an ordinary Tuesday morning in downtown Washington, D.C., the kind of day when people rushed past each other with earbuds in and eyes fixed on their phones. The world was moving fast, too fast, and no one seemed to notice the frail woman sitting quietly on the cold pavement outside a coffee shop, her worn backpack serving as both pillow and shield. But then, something extraordinary happened. A man in a tailored navy blue suit, on his way to an important meeting, suddenly stopped. That man was Senator John Kennedy. And what he did next would leave everyone watching speechless. The woman's name was Martha Lewis, a 58-year-old Army veteran who had served 2 tours overseas before life took a turn she never saw coming. After losing her husband to cancer and battling PTSD, she found herself slipping through the cracks, first losing her job, then her home. For 2 years, she had lived on the streets, surviving mostly on donations and sheer willpower. Despite everything, she kept her pride, never begging, only holding a small sign that read, "Veteran, hungry but hopeful." Senator Kennedy was on his way to a live interview about homelessness among veterans when he spotted her. But instead of walking past like everyone else, he stopped. He bent down to meet her eye level and said softly, "Ma'am, may I sit with you for a moment?" Passers-by glanced curiously, whispering as the well-known senator took a seat on the cold concrete beside her. What followed was a 20-minute conversation that changed both their lives. As cameras from nearby pedestrians began recording, Kennedy listened, truly listened, to Martha's story. She spoke of serving her country with pride, only to return home and feel invisible. Her voice trembled as she recalled the nights she slept in shelters, clutching a photograph of her late husband in uniform. Kennedy didn't interrupt. He didn't give a rehearsed speech. He simply placed a hand on her shoulder and said, "You gave this country everything you had. You deserve better than this." Within hours, the video of their encounter went viral. Social media exploded with reactions, tears, outrage, admiration. People from all over the country began sharing Martha's story, tagging news outlets and veteran support groups. But the most shocking part wasn't the attention, it was what Senator Kennedy did next. That very afternoon, he called an emergency press conference outside the Capitol. Standing beside Martha, now cleaned up and wearing donated clothes, he announced a new bipartisan initiative aimed at eradicating veteran homelessness within 5 years. The plan included increased funding for mental health programs, transitional housing, and employment opportunities for former service members. "No one who wore the uniform of this nation," Kennedy said, voice breaking with emotion, "should ever be left behind." The crowd erupted in applause, but the moment that brought everyone to tears came when Kennedy personally handed Martha the keys to a small apartment in Arlington, fully furnished and paid for by his own salary donation. She clutched the keys, speechless, tears streaming down her weathered face. "I don't know how to thank you," she whispered. Kennedy simply smiled and replied, "Just promise me you'll keep believing that there are still good people out there." Over the next few weeks, donations poured in from across the country. People inspired by Martha's story began volunteering at shelters, offering jobs to veterans, and contributing to housing programs. The initiative gained bipartisan support in Congress, something rare in today's political climate. For the first time in years, Americans from all walks of life seemed united around a single cause: compassion. As for Martha, her transformation was nothing short of miraculous. With therapy and support, she began working as a counselor for other veterans facing homelessness. She told her story not with bitterness, but with hope, a living reminder that kindness can rewrite a life's narrative. In a world often divided by politics and indifference, one small act of empathy on a busy morning reminded everyone watching what truly matters. John Kennedy didn't just change one woman's life that day, he sparked a movement. And as the video closed on a tearful Martha saluting the senator, her voice could be heard saying softly, "He saw me when no one else did." The story of that moment continues to echo across America, a powerful reminder that change doesn't always start in boardrooms or campaigns. Sometimes, it begins with one person who decides to stop, listen, and care. Because sometimes, the smallest act of humanity can shock the world and heal it too.